Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of MrBobDaniel's Redstone. Today I'm going to be showing off one of my newest chicken farms. I mess around with these every once in a while, change them up, make them bigger, make them smaller, just for fun. They're really efficient, provide you a lot of food, and depending on whether you need a lot of food or even raw chicken to trade with villagers to get all kinds of things, emeralds to trade with other villagers, so on and so forth. But this is probably one of my most favorite ones I have created. And let me go ahead and let's show you a little bit of how it works. All right, here we go. So we have a bunch of chicken in here, and just to give you an idea, this is where the seed chickens are, where I have a lot here just to overemphasize how this works so it goes a little bit quicker. But overall, you can place a regular block. I like to throw a slab there just so I can remember to definitely make sure not to break any of these blocks here, otherwise there's a huge mess. But basically, as those lay eggs, the eggs get shot into here. Shortly after the eggs get shot into here, that generates that dispenser to pulse a bucket of lava. So that way the lava's not just there indefinitely. If it was there all the time, I think it's like 50% of the time, at least when I was messing around with one of my other farms, you lose the meat and feather and things like that to the lava. This definitely makes it way more efficient. Basically, you'll see here, right there, one's grown up. Once an egg gets triggered and gets shot into here, you'll see that trigger. There we go. He will die. There goes his meat. And then we've got it down here. I literally cleared this out just a few minutes ago. It generates, well, especially when you have a lot of chickens in there. But I have a lot in there just to show this off. Now, say for some reason you don't want cooked chicken, you just want raw chicken. What you're going to want to do is you hit that once, it's going to turn that on, and then you hit it again and it turns it off and it locks it. Now what you can do is you have two options here. You can either say you want eggs, let this guy fill up, and those guys will eventually lay some eggs and they're going to drop into there. Say you don't want the eggs. Say you want the raw chicken. You turn on that, and you want to make sure never trigger either one of these. Well, never trigger this one while the water's in there. Never trigger this one while the lava, or while this is not locked. Otherwise, you're going to generate some obsidian in there, and that's definitely no fun. There you go. You see the chickens just died. Now we have look at that raw chicken go. There we go. There's another one getting ready to pop. They go crazy when they're suffocating. Come on. There we go. So as you can see here, you can either do that or just leave it off and get yourself some eggs. There we have it. That is my chicken farm. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the back. The redstone is fairly simple. We have a very important redstone circuit right here. This is an auto dispenser. When it detects that there's something in there, it automatically sends a loop, powers this, which inadvertently powers the dispenser in there and fires off what's in there. And then the second circuit we have, I pull the power off of this block right here, and what this right here is, this is basically this pulses the lava dispenser twice, so that way it kicks on and then kicks off, and then that way it doesn't stay in there. Alright guys, let's go ahead and let's start the tutorial on this and show you how to make it. It's real simple. All right, guys, let's start off with a 7 wide by 6 long. And this is going to be, I think, 4 blocks tall. Yep, 4 blocks tall. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start off with this part. Let's go ahead and get a chest out to begin this. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put a dropper into that. Stone slab on top of that. And then from here, let's just go ahead and put the glass on there, 2 tall, and surround it with our building block. You can use whatever building block you want. I use iron just because the nice lines on that side make it a bit easier. Let's go ahead and throw our lever down. Get this front part out of the way right off the bat. There we go. So we have that beginning part set. Now we're going to need our dispensers. We're going to throw one right here. And then we're going to throw the other one right there. Basically that one right there is for the lava. That one right there is for the water. Let's go ahead and throw a temporary block right there. And then we need to go ahead and squeeze in here. Well, let's go ahead and destroy that for just a second. And then we place that on there by shift clicking. There we go. Now we're going to want to go ahead and shift click a hopper into this guy. And I like to use carpet in here. If you use a half slab, they start jumping around a lot in there if you leave the top open for some reason. So once again, shift click right there. Now let's go ahead and surround that. There we go. Oops. There we go. And then just put a second layer. Alright, we're going to go ahead and build our first circuit here. Let's go ahead and place a 2x3 set of blocks right here. What this is going to do is this is going to detect that an item has been moved from the hopper into this dispenser, and it's going to power that dispenser and fire it off. So that way any eggs that are laid in here get dispensed into here and fired off. Let's go ahead and build out the redstone circuit for this. We're going to put a redstone comparator there, a block there with redstone dust on it. We're going to also put a piece of redstone there, redstone dust, and then we need to put a block on there to go ahead and cut that off so they're not connected. We're then going to go ahead and put a block there, a redstone repeater, and then a piece of redstone dust. And then lastly, we just need to put a block there. This block powers this, so that way it goes ahead and fires that off, sends the signal through to here, and then into the side of the comparator. That shuts off the comparator, and then every time a piece goes through, it goes ahead and resets, so that way it can keep firing off every time a new piece of, basically all that's going to be flowing through there are eggs. So every time an egg gets fired off, it gets shot into there. The next circuit we're going to go ahead and build is the part that fires off this dispenser. It's going to go ahead and fire it off twice real quick. So first things first, let's go ahead and put a block there, temporary block there, another block there, and a block right there. Next we're going to go ahead and let's get this out. We need a sticky piston. This is going to go ahead and we need to put that there and a block on top of it, and then we're going to need a block next to that. From here, we're going to go ahead and put it just a little 2x2 little platform right here. We're going to go ahead and need a redstone repeater out of this one and then into this one. The one that, there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and need another redstone repeater here with a redstone repeater here. Place a dust here. Place dust here and dust here. Now coming back here, I totally forgot one thing. We need a block there and a piece of redstone dust there. There we go. Now let's go ahead and place in our lava bucket. Let's get the water bucket while we're at it. There we go. Let's go ahead and place a block there just so that way they're not jumping out. And then let's place a block there just to cover that up. Ooh. And let's place our lava bucket in here. And then our water bucket in there. That should allow water there. Should allow lava there. Now lastly, all we need to do, guys, let's go ahead and get ourselves some eggs. There we go. Let's throw in a bunch of chicken eggs, spam that thing in there. How many do we got in there? 37. Just make it an even 40. So those guys are in there. Let's go ahead and forgot to seal that off. I think the baby chickens can fit in between there and get out. And while we're waiting for just a second, if you wanted, you can just build out a little platform there to stand on. And pretty much everywhere else, however you want to make this nice and neat, go ahead and you can throw your wall up. Just a reminder, keep in mind, babies take 20 minutes to grow up. Eggs have a 1 in 8 chance to become a baby chicken. So if you're starting off throwing a bunch of regular eggs in there, it's going to take 20 minutes for them to grow up. It takes 5 to 10 minutes for them to start lay an egg. And that's why I usually put around 40 chickens in my cedar little box here. Once again, guys, this is MrBobDaniel's Redstone. If you learned anything at all, please throw a like down there. And if you really liked it, please subscribe. You guys will see much more of this in the future. I'm going to be doing all kinds of different redstone videos, farms, and everything of the sort. So down at the bottom, if you have any comments or anything like that, let me know. If you want to see something built specifically, throw a comment down. I will definitely make an effort to throw a build together for you. Once again, this is MrBobDaniel's Redstone. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one. See you next time.